Good afternoon YouTubers, just give you an update. How you doing? This is the second video because I've just run out of data space. So this wall's pretty much done. This is an external wall. I'm going to have to be really quick on this video. I've got some aluminium sheeting up there which I put on just to allow the rain to run off a bit because I had a few issues. Got a little repair there. This is a pallet wall that's been finished. Basically I've got long pallet pieces, 60mm square, essentially just stacked up behind here to make a log wall, so it's like a brick wall out of long pallet pieces. They're all screwed together, and then I'm just used thick pieces of pallet timber to clad it, and then they're just nailed on the outside, and that would just give an extra layer of rain protection. But there's a nice bit of overhang on the roof there. So that side's done. This wall's looking okay, it's drying nicely. Got a few bits of movement really around some of the logs just where they've dried off, which is understandable because they're sort of 10, 15, 20% of moisture in there. So it's looking good. Let's give you another angle. So I'm trying to walk backwards. So that's the high side of the roundhouse. And that's the pallet wall on the right side there. So it's looking good. So that's all pretty much done. Just need to have a bit of a tidy up on the outside here. Made a little bit of decking space for the front of the entrance here. And again, this is just made out of all recycled bits of pallet and timber that I could get from a builder's merchant that they just allowed me to help myself with, which is really good. So there's enough there to make a deck. So there's a little deck on the front just to level the ground off because it was a bit treacherous just getting in. The only problem with the decking now is being 6'2", my head smashes into that, so I need to make sure that I need to duck every time I go in. So today what have I been doing? Just putting some concrete around the pillars on the entrance, the left and right there. I'm going to cover that in line render. So as you come in, these are the main pillars, and then those bottom pieces will be lined over and just blend around the corner. So I've done that. I just need that to dry off. And I've also been bracing up the roof, as you can see, so the roof is looking quite busy now. I've got a lot of bracing material gone in there. Need to cut down 2 or 3 more trees, probably about 3 more trees, about 3 inches in diameter, 4 inches thereabouts, and then I'll just finish the bracing off. And the bracing's really needed because I've got the turf roof going on top, so it's going to add some extra weight, and also it just helps bind the whole roof together really and tie it in like a spider's web. So that's what it looks like. I've got a few bolts to recess, and the other thing I've got in there, which you can see, is my hole from the chimney. That's an aluminium plate, and there's sandwiched one plate on the internal side, which you can see, and then there's another plate on the outside, and then there's a little void in the centre around the edges. If I just show you in there, just in there, there's a black sort of space. You can't see daylight because that's a piece of wood covering the hole to stop the rain from coming in, but essentially that's the void between the 2 layers of metal plate is filled in by a heat-proof sealant, so that can tolerate 1000 degrees. And then directly underneath is my wood stove, so I finally got that down here, really pleased. But the only problem is I actually smashed the glass in transit getting it through the forest, so that's really my fault for not strapping it down properly. So I need to get another one of those cut. But there's an 8 kilowatt fire, and it's roughly 55 centimetres across in diameter, and found that on eBay for 50 quid. Had to do a bit of work to it. There's an internal baffle plate. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Well, there's an internal baffle plate inside there. The original one was completely burnt out and ruined, but I actually managed to find one on eBay for about 20 quid. Ground it down a little bit and managed to get it to fit. So it's actually better than the original one because it's bigger, and it will stop more heat from going out the roof. But there we go. So chimney's in, fire's installed. Just need to finalise what I'm doing on the base there. I need to get some stone to put it on, ideally, and get a couple of pieces or 3 pieces of chimney to go in there. So that's coming on pretty good. So as I say, the bracing's really my major priority. I haven't got a chainsaw with me today, so I can't cut down any trees. So I'm just doing those little touching up pieces and having a bit of a tidy up. But yeah, all the walls are done. All the walls are lime rendered. Just show you into the bathroom. So this is pretty much done now. Just need to cut a hole for the Lucy, and little shelf there to put some things on. Little shelf there for your night light or whatever it will be, and there's a space over there to put things as well, and a window is currently shut. So yeah, it's gone on well. And a little shelf there next to the entrance of the toilet, the bathroom. Don't know what the right wording is I should be using on this, but bathroom, toilet, doesn't matter. This wall's coming on okay. Had some major cracks in here, primarily because I had a roof leak coming up down the side of that window, and the water was running down, and the lime render didn't like that. Also with the fact the logs are shrinking a little bit as well, so I had to do a few little running repairs as and when. But everything else is looking good. So this is the inside of the wall I've just showed you from the outside, the pallet wall. And all lime rendered at the top, all finished. And that's the little window. I've got a little box seat thing to sit on here just underneath the window. And it just gives a little bit more space to sit on. But everything else, wall-wise, is pretty much done. And as I say, I'm about 99% there. So I'm going to have to leave now because I'm literally about to run out of video space. I'll come back to you shortly.